like and subscribe or else the spider will crawl on you while you're sleeping.
Your legs were kind of like mine. They were hairy.
What?
Yeah. So I'll make you a deal. If you shave your legs, I'll shave my beard.
Why?
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grimm. We're about to meet one of the cringiest people on reality television right now. That's right, Ed is back in the building, and we have some newer developments on his story of love, this full saga. For those of you who haven't seen it, I made a video on this guy last week. He's on the 90 Day Fiancé show on TLC, just trying to win his woman's heart by visiting her hometown. So let's see how that goes without further ado.
I'm scared, but I'm happy you're here. We arrived at Rose's village, and I'm looking around going, oh my God, this is where Rose lives. This is her life.
So once again, it's quite the culture shock for Ed, who for some reason, expected everything to be like it is back home in America. I don't get how this guy can't wrap his head around the fact that, some people just live in actual poverty around the world. And the best thing you can do when faced with that, or when you're at places like this, is to simply be understanding and try to see how other cultures are with an open mind. But instead, Ed just whines the entire time and looks like a doofus, but I guess that's his MO at this point.
Prince is an adorable little boy, and I'm kind of enamored with him. But then I'm like, half of me is hugging this cute little boy, but the other half of me is like kind of freaking out a little bit.
So I thought Ed was on board with his wife to be having a kid, but I guess not. He's acting like this is all sprung on him last minute, which is definitely not the case. He knew that she had a kid. They talk about him all the time. He flew down here knowing that she has a kid. But I think the other option is that he really just thought he could finesse his way into getting Rose to move back to America with him without her kid, so that he didn't have to help raise another kid at his age. He is in his 50s, and I don't think he would be very excited to be raising a kid at this point. Kind of doubt that he has the looks or lacks any ability to sound suave, so that plan isn't working. He kind of had to throw it out of the wayside. In fact, the opposite has happened here. This kid ran up calling Ed daddy as soon as he saw him, so it looks like he's really gonna have to hop on board with this if he wants to make this relationship work out.
Where's your dad?
He's late.
He's late. Okay, got it. Probably working, huh?
Piggy farm.
Piggy, what? A piggy farm?
Yeah.
Like a pig farm.
Yes, like a normal pig farm, Ed. God, this guy is the most clueless traveler or human in general. He basically starts interrogating her family as soon as he sits down, since, that is the only way that he can communicate is by asking people questions. And literally, he just sounds so clueless and boring this whole time. Imagine what the family is thinking. Like, of course they're hyped that their family member found love, I guess. I say that with quotes. But really, we all know why this is going down, and they're probably all counting their blessings that they don't have to be the one to fake love this guy in order to get something or to help the family.
That's it.
Is that a chicken?
Yes.
Come here, chicken. Chicken.
Dude, what is this guy even asking at this point? Is this a chicken? Here, chicken. Like, dude, this woman's dad just sat down. Let's have some small talk here instead of asking what animal it is, which you're sounding like a children's book at this point when they learn what literally everything in the world is. Ed just keeps asking dumb questions. He sounds like one of those weird Fortnite YouTubers that always act like they don't know what everything is. Whoa, what the heck is that? Like, bro, chill out. Don't be asking questions. How about you actually talk to her family for once and try to get to know them? I know it's a wild idea, but you should try it. Also, I didn't show the clip yet because it's all background music pretty much, but the meeting of Ed and this father is just in general very odd. You could tell how much disdain this dad has for this guy. How creepy is it that this dude came from another country and is basically stealing your daughter away from you, and he looks like a human thumb at the same time. Like, this is all around not a good time. The dad knows what's going on here, and he doesn't like Ed, and I don't think Ed is, being very smooth in this situation at all.
Here, can I put these on my feet?
Yeah.
Kaya lang parang hindi siya handa kasi yung nakasapatos pa siya.
So to prove himself to the family, Ed goes out to Rose's family's pig farm, and let's just say this guy makes an even bigger joke of himself here. He can't really catch a break, can he, guys? He literally can't even stand up straight for that matter, or move at all. It looks like he's in a full body cast or something, but nah, he's just old and very out of shape. This whole time, his dad has to be literally dying inside. Like, just imagine meeting your daughter's man, and he can't even do these simple tasks like giving these pigs food without looking like a complete idiot and a mess. What a letdown, probably. This whole thing has just so many layers to it. It's kind of just sad when you think about the big picture. Everyone's life is worse off now that they have met this guy.
Take this.
Just throw it?
Yeah.
Son of a...
You know, it's almost comical how badly this man navigates almost any task that is handed to him in life. He's complaining about how his sneakers, might get dirty in the mud, so they tie plastic bags around his feet. Then he starts to complain about how slippery it is to have these bags in his feet. So like, dude, pick one or the other. Not even that cool of shoes anyways, like just get him a little bit muddy, and that way you look good in front of the dad, not like a total wuss. I just need to see a little bit more effort from you right now, dude. You're embarrassing this girl right in front of her dad, and that is not a good move. Also, side note, I just thought about this, but if Ed ever gets a movie deal, I fully expect Jack Black to fill that role of Ed. I just feel like it's a perfect casting right there if you ask me. But anyways, back into the cringe.
Last night I had a hard time sleeping because it was so hot. So I wanted to take a vacation for a couple days with Rose, if you're okay with that.
So Ed couldn't even last more than 2 days with her family. He just had to put down their living situation and look down on them at just about every corner. And now he's acting like he's disgusted to even be around these people right now. So of course he has to take Rose away on a vacation within his vacation, which doesn't really make sense, so that they can get away from her family and he can even be creepier to her than before. This dude is literally just the biggest hater of her culture. And I mean, I get that he wants certain amenities, but even if those aren't available, if you love this person truly, you will understand that this is their situation and just embrace it and try to spend valuable time with their family, because let's be honest, how often is he going to be coming back here to see them? Not to try to rip them away from their family so you can get some alone time and some AC. Like, that is just a selfish move, Ed. Come on. So they go on their vacation and it is literally the worst time ever. I don't even really want to get into how this all starts, but this creepo starts giving her a foot massage and starts begging her for kisses, and I don't even think they've been that physical up to this point, so it becomes evident now more than ever how absolutely disgusted she is at this guy. He asks her for a kiss and she goes for both cheeks first, and then when he says in the middle, she points to her forehead. I mean, if that isn't the biggest sign to hop on a plane and just take the L and return home single without her, I don't know what is, Ed, but you need to accept these messages. You can't be this, ignorant. She obviously isn't feeling him at all, and that becomes even worse once they wake up the next day.
Last night we made love. It was awesome. Let's put it this way. I'm not only on cloud 9, but I can't wait to do it again.
All right, dude, I'm gonna need like 10 deep showers after this video. And there's just something about the way that Ed talks, along with how he looks, saying these things that just kind of make my skin crawl. He's just a sleazy looking guy. Imagine having to put yourself through this just to get a better life for you and your son. I mean, it's kind of sickening to imagine from Rose's perspective, but she's also using him in a way, so I guess it's a two-way street. But also imagine having to wake up next to him and see him all crazy haired and greasy next to you in bed. I'd be wondering there where I went wrong in life. The sad part is I probably look like this when I wake up too, so I don't know how my girlfriend puts up with that. But maybe it's because I actually have a personality, unlike our boy Ed, who only knows how to rub feet and complain all day.
Can I have a kiss?
No, I don't beard. It's hurt on me. Ouch.
That's a smooth complaint to file there. That way he won't shave it since he needs this beard to protect his neck image, which is almost non-existent, and that way you don't have to kiss him either. Rose is really out here making 200 IQ plays and he doesn't even realize what she's doing, which makes it all even better. Also, I have to point out again the physical signs she's giving him. I mean, his body language is so clear. Usually you can at least fake that you like being in someone's presence when they annoy you or disgust you, but not with Rose. She legit can't stand him and doesn't even try to be slick about it. I'm really not sure how Ed can be around that all day and still feel good about himself. Like, isn't that a bit of a wake-up call, my guy? You two are just not meant to be together.
Last night when I noticed that your legs were kind of like mine. They were hairy.
What?
Yeah.
So now Ed gets all butthurt and starts to try to bring up her leg hair as a way to dispute this argument or something, but I mean, I'm not really sure. It's a bit of a Hail Mary from him, so let's see if he can bring it around and somehow not sound like a jerk in this situation, which is going to be very impossible.
So I'll make you a deal. If you shave your legs, I'll shave my beard.
Why?
Okay, so instead he just offers her a full-on ultimatum here. I don't really think she's going to buy it, but let's see. I mean, his reasoning is just that it's less feminine for a woman to have leg hair. But one thing I gotta point out, Ed, is you're over here putting absolutely zero time into your look or the way you present yourself. It's kind of funny to see him put her on such a pedestal where he expects her to try her hardest to look pretty for him every day, when he's out here looking like a sweaty meatball 24/7 with no regard for that or no way of changing it. There's just so much wrong with this picture, but there's a reason this guy is so viral right now. Like, it's almost addicting to watch the train wreck that is this relationship.
So it's soft. Your legs will be soft like my skin. Come on. Either that or you kiss me.
So here's where Ed's creepy side comes into play again. He gives her another ultimatum, and now it's either she shaves her legs or has to kiss him. And last time I checked, that's a pretty creepy thing to just spring on someone, even if they're your significant other. And to be honest, that is the one major problem that I have with Ed over here. It's kind of like Joe Exotic and the Tiger King stuff. If you've watched that, it's actually pretty evident that Joe is the bad guy in the situation, or one of them, and he's really no better than the rest of those people. But people like this have an incredible talent of playing their cards in a very smart way, so that you kind of forget about the bad stuff and and just feel positive emotion towards them since they're outgoing or funny to watch and have a big charismatic personality. Ed is straight up creepy and this relationship is just gross. Yet he's getting tons of clout and he was even on the H3 podcast where Ethan basically worshipped him. I get that he's fun to watch, but I mean, we can't quite let this go either. Like, this dude is a creeper in some ways and that is not cool at all, so I had to call him on that real quick. All in all though, he does get what he wants in exchange for shaving his beard, so I guess this clip was before he met her family since I don't think he had a beard there, but despite what order this is or the timeline, it was really still a fun look into this man's messy life and relationship. Very messy, might I add. I do feel very bad for Rose, but hopefully their vacation wasn't too long and he's able to just go home and take the L like I was saying earlier. I think that's probably best because they're not compatible and this is very forced and gross. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.